A sequel to Gladiator is happening. The story takes place years after the 2000 film ended and will focus on a brand new character. A surprising cast ensemble is set to appear in the film, and mind-blowing plot details have been released. With no further ado, here's why Gladiator 2 is about to change everything. Enjoy the spoilers and the video. Let's start off with production details, shall we?
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions.
Gladiator is without a doubt one of the most successful films in the entire history of cinema. Not only did the film break box office records, but it was followed by critical acclaim, and only a few films can do both. Ridley Scott's iconic film was released 23 years ago. Yes, you heard that right. The cinematic masterpiece took the world by storm in 2000, and fans have been begging for a sequel ever since. The period piece is often referred to as a revolutionary film because it featured never-seen-before special effects. The special effects were topped by the incredible storylines, which led to some even better plot twists. The cast ensemble is, however, Gladiator's most prominent feature, which is why most fans hope to see the same cast return in the much-anticipated sequel.
The general who became a slave. The slave who became a gladiator.
As you clearly remember, Gladiator focused on Maximus, portrayed by Russell Crowe, a Roman general who is met with an awful fate because of Caesar Marcus Aurelius' own son, Commodus, played by Joaquin Phoenix. Maximus loses his well-deserved position and is sentenced to be a slave in the fighting pits of Rome's gladiatorial industry. In the meantime, Commodus orders the execution of Maximus' wife and child. Maximus then seeks revenge and uses his fighting skills and military expertise to become Rome's most powerful gladiator.
Whatever comes out of these gates, we've got a better chance of survival if we work together.
The incredibly successful flick managed to earn nominations for 12 total Academy Awards. It won 5 awards, including Best Picture, but the end of Gladiator doesn't leave space for a continuation, does it? The film doesn't end on a cliffhanger, and for me the conclusion is perfect. It's not a happily ever after, but it's perfect. This is not a supernatural project, so we don't expect characters to return from the dead. Anyway, the creator of the film wanted a continuation of some kind, and now we're getting one. This, however, won't be a direct continuation of the first film, as it would rather serve as an individual film. Yes, there will be some connections, but a brand new character will lead the sequel. Discussions for a second Gladiator film have been around ever since the success of the original film, with Russell Crowe confirming that he never stopped having conversations about a sequel.
At least give me a clean death. A soldier's death.
The best news is that the continuation is already in development. A frequently asked question regarding Gladiator 2 is, what kind of plot should fans expect? This only brings us to surprising plot details. As mentioned before, Gladiator had one of the best, most intriguing storylines ever. Although it followed a simple plot, it managed to build a never-seen-before on-screen tension that kept us on the edge of our seats throughout the entire film. When I say simple plot, I refer to the already seen story about betrayal and revenge. It all starts with Emperor Marcus Aurelius asks his general Maximus Decimus Meridius to help rule Rome after his death, and then Caesar's jealous son Commodus decides to kill his dad, thus becoming the new heiress, and kills Maximus's family. The general gets sold into slavery, where he, as aforementioned, becomes the best gladiator in the Roman Empire. He managed to perform in the Colosseum in front of Commodus. Focusing on his plan to take revenge on the person who made his life a living hell, Maximus ends up killing Commodus in the ring. He does, however, suffer a terrible injury following the fight. Where could the story go now that Maximus is dead? Well, the creators have thought of a perfect way to continue the story, only this time the plot will focus on Lucius. Remember him? He's the son of Lucilla, Commodus' sister and Maximus' old love interest. Maximus helped Lucius and his mother escape Commodus' evil plan, and now we're gonna see what happened with Lucius over all these years. We also know that you need to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Okay, seriously, what else do we know about Gladiator 2? Since the plot can no longer focus on Maximus and Commodus, Gladiator 2 is set to follow Lucius Verus. There were a lot of rumors about Lucius being the lead of the sequel. Rumors were confirmed as Paul Mescal is now cast as the character in the lead role. Russell Crowe also revealed some surprising plot details, and the film looks more promising than ever. On the Fitzy and Whippa podcast, Crowe said that he and Ridley Scott had dinner and talked about the story of the sequel. Back then, he said he knew roughly how he was shaping the story, adding that there was a young kid we all remember who wanted to beat the gladiator, which leads to the "My name is" speech. So that young kid has grown up and he's now the emperor, Crowe explained, finishing the interview by saying he really doesn't know what else happens at that point, but that's the idea. So it's not a remake, and it's not a direct sequel. It's not like The Day After, 30 years later or something. That's it. That's all we know about the plot of the sequel. Considering the film is in the early stages of production, we expected less. Even though I said this is not a supernatural flick, there have been some previous scripts about Gladiator 2 that were, super crazy. One script involved an immortal version of Maximus who fought in the Vietnam War. Luckily, that's not happening. So who else is on board for Gladiator 2? A lot of familiar faces. With such a talented cast ensemble, this film truly lives on high expectations. Paul Mescal, best known for Normal People and his outstanding performance in After Sun, was the first actor cast for the sequel. He is, as mentioned before, set to play the roles of Lucius, the lead character. He is Lucilla's son from the first movie. In it, Lucius was played by Spencer Treat Clark, but now we need an older version, and Mescal is, without a doubt, the perfect fit for the part. Don't you guys agree? Another face we're going to see in the second installment is the Oscar nominee Barry Keoghan. Per a report by The Hollywood Reporter, Keoghan is set to play Emperor Ghida, who was a Roman emperor in real life. Keoghan's character is in a similar position to Joaquin Phoenix's Emperor Commodus, also a real Roman emperor, meaning that the character and the story about him will be fictionalized. The most exciting addition to the Gladiator universe is, however, the Oscar winner Denzel Washington. The fellas at Deadline were the first to announce the big news, confirming that Washington was in talks to play an unknown role in the sequel. Deadline reported that the role is described as a badass. So do we have a release date yet? Yes, we do, and it's the perfect release date. Gladiator 2 officially arrives in theaters on Friday, November 22, 2024. The film has been in development for years, facing many delays and struggles in its early production days. The November 22nd release date places the film right in the middle of award season. This is obviously done on purpose, and this often means that the creators believe they made a great film, thus expecting to be awarded for it. But is there a trailer? Sadly, we're still waiting for a teaser trailer to be released, but we also don't expect to see one soon. Maybe at the beginning of 2024? Who knows? But keep an eye on this channel, because we'll keep you updated. When it hit theaters back in 2000, Gladiator took the world by storm. As I first said, everyone loved this flick. From critics to audiences, it's no wonder Gladiator took many awards home. We also know that you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. The movie was the second highest grossing film of its year worldwide, and it massacred its competition at the Oscars, with Russell Crowe winning for Best Actor and the movie itself winning Best Picture. This is why I think Gladiator 2 lives on pretty high expectations. See you in the next video.